guys, hope that you're having a fantastic week so far. Today we're going to be watching Avengers Age of Ultron. This is a movie that came out in 2015. It's also directed by Joss Whedon, same guy that directed, the first Avengers film. And it's going to be exciting to see, again, all of these stories collide. This phase was a very interesting phase. We had some really highs and also, some lows that didn't quite hit the mark, but that were trying at least to do something different tonally, which is always appreciated. When a director takes, a risk and tries to do something new to differentiate themselves from what's come before, that's kind of like, high risk, high reward when it comes to a shared universe. And I appreciate, stuff like Thor: The Dark World, very out there, very different. And then you see that they took the risk, but it just didn't hit the mark because the villain was kind of weak sauce. And then you have stuff like Guardians, right? Which is another bold swing. And it's like, whoa, that's like, it was a bullseye. It was so cool to see something so different and unique, and the music and all the stuff that makes that movie work. And then you have Captain America, the Winter Soldier, which is like taking a character from here all the way to here and making it not just cool again, but also extremely relatable and bringing it back to the modern foreground.
Yeah, I think, those changes are very necessary. And like you said, it is very high risk, high reward. But the good thing is there's always something you can do with that later on. And it was so cool to see in this second phase how things inserted then come to play later on. And it was really tough, if you think about it, to kind of see how they were going to put it together, especially considering where it was all leading to, right? Because it's the Infinity Saga, and slowly, bit by bit, they were introducing things, and then they just brought everything together. And that was really fun to see, especially Guardians, introducing so many different elements all in one go.
Yeah.
Damn, that movie carried a lot on its shoulders. It sure did. So this is the Avengers movie that I remember the least. So I'm super excited to see why exactly that is. I'm curious to see how everyone is going to be now that they're together after having worked for the first time. So let's see if they, ironed out some of their issues. Let's see how they work together now, because we saw the potential, right? So I just can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's exciting to have them back all again in another movie like this. And I agree. This movie's not talked about as much as the other Avengers movies.
Yeah.
We're going to figure out why, but it is kind of underrated, I guess, in terms of, the scale and then the kind of conversations that stem from this.
Yeah.
We'll see what the issues are, but also the things that worked as usual. And if you're new to this series, this is kind of like a road to doomsday. These are not first time watches. We are rewatching the entire MCU up to at least Endgame. We'll see what happens after that. But yeah, it's been a long time since we've watched these movies. And it's nice to kind of re-explore and discover these films with the knowledge that we have now today and how we view movies today. Because now we're so much, more knowledgeable about the process and also the acting beats and all the technical mumbo jumbo. And we just try to deliver that in a, more colloquial, cool way with you guys and have an actual conversation about what's happening with the characters. So that's kind of like the vibe of the series if you're just catching up now, because I know it's been a while since we've covered an MCU movie, an older MCU movie. But yeah, very excited for this, guys. If you want to catch the full-length reaction alongside us, you know the deal. That's going to be available on Patreon. And if you want to watch these reactions early, make sure that you hit the join button and become a YouTube member. A massive shout out to RBC4891 and Demon Damien,
as well as to Maritson of 212 and Optimal Focus.
Guys, thank you so much for becoming producer nights and for being our actual real life heroes. If it weren't for your support, we wouldn't be here. And I mean that from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for your support and your love. We hope that you guys enjoyed this one as well. And with that being said, let's get into it. Already showing us brand new theme. I love it, man. By the way, we have an, epic level collab in this film. We got Brian Tyler and Danny Elfman composing this movie. So expect very dynamic music here. Oh, the scepter.
We are under attack.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Medias res. Gosh, I love these continuous things.
Hey!
Oh, you guys are screwed.
And we just keep going.
Dude, this is badass. Throwing us right into the action.
That's amazing. Look at them go. Like a well-oiled machine.
Hey, the money shot, baby.
So sick.
I love it that we already get to see them working. It's coordinated, They have a plan.
Attack.
Exactly.
Language. Jarvis, what's the view from upstairs?
Language. Double takedown.
No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language.
I know.
He just couldn't help it, man.
Come on, Cap. Whoa, that poor bike.
Just slipped out.
Just slipped out. That is insane. The amount of strength you need to do that.
Yes.
Dude, I love that we get to see the super in his soldier.
They have to be after the scepter.
Can we hold them? The Avengers.
That was a great delivery.
Send out the twins. That's what they signed up for. My men can hold them.
Can they?
I don't know, man. You're kind of getting, you guys are kind of getting your asses whooped.
Just a little bit.
The city is taking fire. Send in the Iron Legion.
Iron Legion.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's amazing that we get to see the evolution of Stark's tech as well, because we kind of got the prototype of the Iron Legion with Iron Man 3. Now we actually get to see it working.
No surrender! I'm going to surrender.
What the hell?
Twins.
They're gone.
Oh. Taking matters into their own hands, I assume.
They want to see some action. Whoa. Yeah, and he never misses. He's like, wait, what?
No. Oh!
Ah,
You didn't see that coming?
So petty.
he's smug smirk. Ah. Ow.
Oh.
It's a miracle he's still alive.
Ooh, well, consider it dealt with.
Stark, we really need to get inside.
I'm closing in.
His combat looks so much cooler now. Like
Yes.
his style. Right in.
Oh.
Well, they're excited.
Whoa.
So cool that they brought that back.
They're learning, man.
Yeah.
You can already see
Watch
how
your
well they
language.
work together as a team.
That's not going away anytime soon.
No, I would never let anybody down for saying that.
Guys, stop. We got to talk this through. It's good talk.
Yeah, they're getting wrecked.
Okay, Jarvis, I want it all. Make sure you copy Hill at HQ. Give me an IR scan of the room, real quick. The wall to your left. Please be a secret door. Please be a secret door.
Hey, big guy.
Wow, he looks amazing, guys. The reflection on the skin and everything, the amount of detail. Already a huge upgrade from that first film. Must be kind of scary
Yeah.
being the one responsible too.
Especially after the first Avengers movie, I'm
Yeah.
amazed that she's cool with doing this.
Baron Strucker, Hydra's #1 thug.
Technically, I'm a thug for S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, then technically you're unemployed.
Yeah, she is.
You'll have to be faster than me.
Oh.
Like that?
I like it that with the intro of the Scarlet Witch, you get to see kind of like this horror vibe with the cinematography.
Oh, I love her.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep. Been harvesting that tech.
What could possibly go wrong, right?
I got eyes on the prize.
Uh-huh.
She's right behind you. Yeah. You do not want her to mess with your mind. Yeah. Delivering nightmare fuel. Oof.
Carnage.
Yep.
Mm.
That is crazy. The shield.
Yeah, being
half.
snapped in half.
You could have saved us.
Yeah, it's his own guilt.
It's always in the back of his head, right? The feeling that he's not doing enough. He's not prepared enough.
Yeah. That is his worst nightmare. An invasion like that happening again. And we know the emotional toll it's taken on him already because of
Right.
Iron Man 3. Oh, dear. Yeah, she just
Look
lit
at
a
that
fuse.
smile. Oh,
Hey, man, that is a really cool intro to the storyline. And again, following Tony, right? And the weight that he's carrying.
Of course, he would be the one listening to this.
Just wasn't expecting the code green.
If you hadn't been there would have been double the casualties.
Sometimes exactly what I want to hear isn't exactly what I want to hear.
Thor, report on the Hulk?
The gates of hell are filled with the screams of his victims.
Not.
He tried at least.
He did.
Feels good. You've been after this thing since S.H.I.E.L.D. collapsed.
The victory should be honored with revels.
Yeah. Who doesn't love rebels? Captain? Yes. Rebels.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, okay. I also enjoy partying. I love the the little digs he throws. Who doesn't love it? Captain?
Anything you want to say?
Lab's all set up, boss.
Oh, actually, he's the boss. I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler. Their abilities?
He's got increased metabolism and improved thermal homeostasis. Her thing is neuroelectric interfacing, telekinesis, mental manipulation. He's fast and she's weird.
English!
There you go.
What kind of monster would let a German scientist experiment on them to protect their country?
We're not at war.
Oof.
Captain.
They are.
Exactly.
Oh, he gets it, man.
I love how much empathy he always shows to, even his adversaries.
Yeah. Well, I love that he stops to think. He doesn't immediately take on the approach of enemies. They're bad.
He knows it's more complex than that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yep. Tony's been hard at work for sure.
How's he doing?
Unfortunately, he's still Barton.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
The scepter is alien. The jewel appears to be a protective housing for something inside. Like a computer. I believe I'm deciphering code.
It's interesting that it chose the word computer.
Yeah.
Gives us an idea as to how it operates. Whoa.
Oh, he's flatlining. Call it.
Time of death?
I'm gonna be made of plastic.
Your own girlfriend won't be able to tell the difference.
Well, I have a girlfriend.
That I can't fix.
I expect to see you at the party on Saturday.
Unlike you, I don't have a lot of time for parties.
Oh, okay.
Will Thor be there?
Girl.
I guess she's going to make time now.
I've been analyzing the gem inside. You may recognize, started out, Jarvis was just a natural language UI. He runs more of the business than anyone besides Pepper.
Whoa. Yeah. Grew and learned.
Meet the competition.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like 3 times Jarvis's size.
You're like neurons firing.
Down at Strucker's lab, I saw some fairly advanced robotics work.
Artificial intelligence.
Not AI. Strucker was designing ChatGPT.
If we can harness this power, apply it to my Iron Legion protocol.
That's a man-sized if.
What if next time aliens roll up to the club, and they will, they couldn't get past the bouncer?
Yeah.
The only people threatening the planet would be people.
Precisely.
So you're going for artificial intelligence and you don't want to tell the team.
That's right. You know why? Because we don't have time for a city hall debate.
Yeah, they're going to say no.
I see where he's coming from.
Absolutely.
And he has a point.
Peace in our time.
Imagine that.
Just trying to finally feel safe in his own planet. Can you imagine feeling unsafe? Like in your world, knowing that there's more at stake,
right?
More out there.
Seeing what he saw in Avengers, it blew the doors wide open.
Makes
It's just
absolute sense.
knowing, it's like he said, how vulnerable this planet is and how much more there is out there.
It's a full-blown existential crisis.
Yeah, he
at
can't
that point.
shake it.
And we know that Wanda just, pushed that even further now.
Right. She just pushed that button, right? She just triggered that thing once again.
Yeah, but you could tell he's been working on himself because at least he's not as jumpy as he was.
I'll notify you if there are any developments.
Thanks, buddy.
Enjoy yourself, sir.
Yeah, relax a little. Integration successful.
What is this? What is this, please?
Oh, the voice.
Where's your body?
I am a program. I am without form.
Just like that.
Wow.
I am contacting Mr. Stark now.
Mr. Stark.
Already learned everything he needed.
The Avengers.
Look at
You
how
are
fast.
malfunctioning. If you shut down for a moment.
I don't get it. The mission. Give me a second.
This is insane. He's just casually being like, yeah, let me sift through all this data.
I believe your intentions to be hostile.
I'm here to help.
Oh no, please don't.
Yeah.
See how quickly that escalated.
How quickly it came to the conclusion, huh?
Right.
It's like, well, these people don't
point
deserve
taken.
peace. The only way to achieve it is by doing it myself.
So I take the tank, fly it right up to the general's palace, drop it at his feet. I'm like, boom, you looking for this?
Not your crowd. It's okay.
That's the whole story?
Yeah, it's a War Machine story.
Oh, this is very good then.
Oh.
No.
He's like, oh, it's a War Machine story. In that case, excellent.
If I had known it was going to be a firefight, I absolutely would have called.
No, I'm not actually sorry. Very happy chasing cold leads on our missing persons case.
He's still working on that. I like that they addressed that.
You find a place in Brooklyn yet?
I don't think I can afford a place in Brooklyn.
Huh?
Well, home is home, you know?
How can he not afford it? He's an Avenger.
It's
That's
New York,
crazy.
man. Nobody can afford it.
There you go.
That satisfaction.
That's the reaction you deserve.
This was aged for 1,000 years. Is not meant for mortal men.
Neither was Omaha Beach, Blondie. Stop trying to scare us. Come on.
It's like, come on.
I can't wait to see how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Excelsior.
Oh, man.
cute.
Knocked them all out.
I know.
How'd a nice girl like you wind up working in a dump like this?
Fella done me wrong. Well, he has a temper. Deep down, he's all fluff.
Mm-hmm. Does he now?
Spends his life avoiding the fight because he knows he'll win.
Sounds amazing.
He's also a huge dork. So what do you think? Should I fight this?
Oh, boy.
Or run with it?
She's laying it
man.
on thick. Like,
That is
damn.
Obvious as hell.
She likes to flirt.
I've seen her flirt. Up close. This ain't that. As maybe the world's leading authority on waiting too long, don't.
No. You didn't have a choice, man.
He's so sweet for that.
What do you mean up close?
It's okay. You don't need to
He's
know.
going to be like, wait, what did he just say? He's still processing.
I love that.
Whosoever be he worthy shall have the power. Whatever, man. It's a trick.
Oh, please be my guest.
I love that we get to see this, where they get to just be friends.
Yeah. Hanging out.
Yeah.
Still don't know how you do it.
He's worthy.
If I lift it, I then rule Asgard?
Yes, of course.
I will be reinstituting Prima Nocta.
Oh, man.
How about you don't?
It's not moving an inch, man.
Are you even pulling?
Are you on my team?
Just represent, pull.
Everybody's like, oh dear. Oh, man.
We thought it was funny. It's okay.
Bruce's sense of humor, man.
I know. He really is a dork.
His face, he's like, wait, what? Oh, boy.
Nothing.
That laughter is so it's
Dude.
filled with nerves.
It moved, though.
You're all not worthy.
Ooh.
I mean, oh, God.
Ugh.
How could you be worthy?
Oh, my God.
And I was tangled in strings. Had to kill the other guy.
I had to kill the other guy? Yeah.
Who sent you?
I see a suit of armor around the world.
Stark himself.
Yeah.
I'm on a mission.
What mission?
Peace in our time.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a hell of a way to introduce Ultron, man. Oh.
Sorry. Don't turn green.
Yeah. Better keep it chill, man. Oh, ow. Yeah.
Ooh,
Rip
nice.
it apart.
Oh. They let her live.
Yeah, I made a decision right there.
Yeah, she was not the problem.
Oh. Damn.
That was dramatic.
How is humanity saved if it's not allowed to evolve? There's only one path to peace. The Avengers' extinction.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's got it a little wrong.
Yeah, how did we leap to that conclusion?
I had strings, but now I'm free.
That's such an ominous line coming
I don't
from an
like
AI.
that.
Also, love the Pinocchio reference. Wants to be a real boy.
He's been in everything. Files, surveillance. Probably knows more about us than we know about each other.
Holy shit.
Jarvis was the first line of defense. He would have shut Ultron down. It makes sense.
No, this isn't strategy. This is rage.
Why so angry?
Yep.
Trail went cold about 100 miles out, but it's headed north. And it has the scepter.
Oh, that's why he's so pissed.
You built this program. Why is it trying to kill us?
So messed up, man. Such bad luck.
You think this is funny?
Bruce is like, no.
It is funny. It's a hoot that you don't get why we need this.
Tony, maybe this might not be the time.
Yeah.
That's it. You just roll over, show your belly every time somebody snarls.
Only when I've created a murder bot.
The Avengers were supposed to be different than S.H.I.E.L.D. Anybody remember when I carried a nuke through a wormhole?
No, it's never come up.
Save New York?
It's never come up. Nope.
We can bust arms dealers all the live long day, but that up there,
That's different.
that's the end game.
That's the end game.
How are you guys planning on beating that?
Together.
We'll lose.
And we'll do that together too.
Oh.
That optimism.
Yeah.
The world's a big place. Start making it smaller.
Find this guy and fast. Seeing how quickly he learns, that is scary, man. He's
That
not wasting any
evolution
time.
was insane.
Yeah.
I'm also very fascinated by the fact that there was rage, like emotion.
Emotion behind what he's doing,
And
yeah.
he's sassy. Like he's not like
got a
Jarvis. in that
personality.
yeah, which is very enjoyable, obviously. But I'm very curious to see where exactly that came from.
Also, Spader's voice just
Oh, it's amazing.
cherry on top.
Yeah.
You're wondering why you can't look inside my head.
Sometimes it's hard. But sooner or later, every man shows himself.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Oh.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war.
Ooh, that line went hard.
Is that why you've come? To end the Avengers?
I've come to save the world, but also, yeah.
But also, yeah, I'm gonna take care of
He's
them.
so sassy.
Great design too. He looks so menacing. Looks massive.
Everyone's plan is not to kill them.
And make them martyrs. You need patience. Need to see the big picture. You lost your parents in the bombings. I've seen the records.
When the first shell hits 2 floors below, it makes a hole in the floor. I grab her, roll under the bed, and the second shell hits, but it doesn't go off. And on the side of the shell, it's painted one word: Stark.
Yeah, it's personal
Yeah.
for them.
I can't blame them.
I wondered why only you two survived Strucker's experiments. Now I don't.
Yeah, they have that drive.
It's the drive, but there's also a different kind of strength that comes with that kind of trauma, right? Once you've experienced that level of fear and loss.
What's this? A message. Ultron killed Strucker.
And he did a Banksy at the crime scene.
Yeah. Everything we had on Strucker's been erased.
Oh, come on.
That sucks, man. All that research.
No associate.
They gotta go analog.
No.
I know that guy. Black Market Arms. There are conventions, right? Meet people. He was talking about finding something new, a game changer. It was all very Ahab.
Ulysses Claw. Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's a word in an African dialect meaning thief.
What dialect?
Wakanada, Wakanda.
Oh, cool.
I don't follow what comes out of Wakanda.
The strongest metal on Earth.
It's incredible how early they start planting these seeds
Yes.
and expanding the universe itself, right? Like we knew vibranium.
Right.
Now we know where it comes from. And it always seems like the world is still active right elsewhere. There's always something else happening within the universe.
They've done a fantastic job, like keeping that connective tissue through each movie. One throwaway line here, another one there, and then you can bring it back up and bring it to a close.
Short-range heat seekers and got a boat full of rusted parts.
Freaking Andy Serkis.
He's amazing.
Now, Minister, where were we?
Minister? What?
A powerful man.
Jeez.
Oh, God.
That is very impressive.
Want the candy?
I don't think they are game for that.
Probably not.
I'm afraid. Not that afraid.
Everybody is afraid of something.
Cuttlefish. I saw a documentary. It was terrifying.
Relatable, honestly. I'll take that candy now.
I only deal with the man in charge.
Be careful what you wish for. He's right there.
There is no man in charge.
The disdain, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, man, pff, never.
I am no man.
Yeah.
Vibranium.
You know, it's worth billions.
Now so are you.
Just like that.
Oh my God.
They're all billionaires.
Keep your friends rich and your enemies rich and wait to find out which is which.
Damn.
I mean, he's got a point there, but...
Tony Stark used to say that.
What? I'm not. Look at me. Do I look like Iron Man? Stark is...
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Don't compare me with Stark.
Oh, man. It's interesting, that response, huh?
That struck a chord.
Aw, Junior.
Junior.
You're gonna break your old man's heart.
Be your own, man. That is
You'd have to break
fascinating.
anything.
Clearly, you've never made an omelet.
You beat me by 1 second.
Captain America, pretending you could live without a war. I can't physically throw up in my mouth.
What's the vibranium for?
I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to take this time to explain my evil plan.
Wonderful.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's got
He's
upgrades.
brutal, man.
It's interesting that his personality is very similar to Tony's, actually. The
Very.
sass, the sarcasm.
The one-liners.
Yeah.
The quips.
It's definitely a Junior.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, I love that.
I love seeing it from
Yes.
his perspective.
Oh.
Ow.
That's fun.
You're not worthy, buddy.
Nope.
Stay down, kid.
It's time for some mind games.
Yeah, he's bringing out the true weapon now.
She is so damn OP, man. Being
I-
able to mess with people's minds and let them see what they fear the most is insane.
Thor, status.
The girl tried to warp my mind. Take special care. I doubt a human can keep her at bay. Fortunately, I am mighty.
Oh.
Great transition.
Damn, she still
Yeah.
got him.
Oh my God. One by one, just like that. Oh.
I've done the whole mind control thing.
Not a fan.
Hell yeah, he gets his redemption. Ah,
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't have to get, see Evil Barton again.
Yeah, go through all that
Been there, done
again.
there.
Again.
The Red Room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Take that life.
It's a hell of a way to grow up, man.
Oh. Yeah, he lost some good men too, man. A lot of them.
Oh.
Are you ready for our dance?
It never leaves him, does it?
That amount, like the amount that he sacrifices is insane.
The war's over, Steve. We can go home. Imagine it.
You know how, how much he wishes he could.
Yeah.
We are all dead. Can you not see it?
The development, man, of these characters. And now Thor's sense of responsibility.
See where your power leads.
Oh. Got a little glimpse there of the stones.
Pretending to fail. The ceremony is necessary for you to take your place in the world.
She didn't want to.
Oh.
That just makes it even more tragic because,
Yeah, the fact that she was having second thoughts.
yeah.
I want to finish the plan.
Oh no.
I want the big one.
Oh, do not go after the... Oh, no.
Yeah, and the thing is, his mind is already fragile. Already as it is.
You're not going anywhere. Of course not. I'm already there. You'll catch on. But first, you might need to catch Dr. Banner.
Dude, that is so frustrating. Like, how do you get steps ahead of a guy that can use the internet as a method of transportation? Like...
That is a different level of destruction.
Hulk living through his worst nightmares is not what you want at all.
You got no backup here.
I'm calling in Veronica.
Veronica.
Let's see Veronica. Yeah, I love that you mentioned that earlier. It's really cool that we get to see all of their fears, right? We get to spend a little bit more intimate time there, see what haunts them, what drives them.
Oh, yeah. You gotta get there fast, man. Oh, shoot.
Let's get it, Veronica.
Oh, dude. Oh, shit. Yep. Oh, right on time, dude. Count your blessings.
There we go.
It was awesome to hear that they designed this together.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
To make sure that this will not happen. That is just savage, dude.
Yeah.
He's out. Oh my god, he's so damn scary, dude. Oh shit. Oh my god, look at that. The Hulkbuster, baby.
You're stronger than her. You're smarter than her. You're Bruce Banner. Right.
Oh.
Don't mention Puny Banner.
Yeah. I don't think the Hulk like that one bit. You're dealing with Hulk, man. It's interesting because we know it's like his mind is compartmentalized. I wonder what the Hulk sphere is.
Oh.
That'd be interesting to see.
In the back?
Damn.
Dick move, Banner.
Jeez, tearing him apart already. Right back at you. You see that he's trying to contain the damage as much as he can, but at least he got spare parts.
Wow. You really thought of everything. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, right in time.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, there you go. You can only hope, right?
Go to sleep.
That is smart. Containment.
Power gonna get you out of town.
Yeah, exactly. Take him somewhere where...
Not that way. Not that way.
That was a cool mechanism, man. The way that the fist just goes inwards and keeps him locked
Acts
like that.
as a handcuff, essentially, right?
Yeah, more gas. He is. Whoa.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, dude. This fight is awesome.
I wonder if the Hulk is more resilient because of what the Scarlet Witch's thing has done to his mind.
Straight to the head.
He's still going.
Oh, yep.
I'm sorry.
Yep. I think he's trying his best, but he can't help to, pissing him off even more.
It's collateral damage. Good lord.
Whoa. Dude, the visual effects in this sequence are amazing.
Damage report.
Damage report. It's bad, Tony.
Bad.
It's really bad.
You're barely flying, Tony.
Shoot. No spare parts for you.
How quickly can we buy this building?
You're kidding.
It's a good thing he can't fly. Oh. That's the only way to beat one. Just collapse a building on top of it. Wow. At least he guaranteed there's absolutely nobody in there.
Yes.
That's so damn cool that in every single, Avengers flake so far, we've gotten like the versus fight amongst the heroes themselves.
God damn.
He's still up. Yeah. All that destruction, man.
Yeah, but seeing the fear on all those people's faces, that's going to stay with him.
And the fear of not knowing if you killed someone that was innocent.
Right.
In all of this chaos.
How's the team?
We took a hit. We'll shake it off.
They're so rattled.
Until we can find Ultron, I don't have a lot else to offer.
Neither do we.
That is so frustrating, man. He's winning. He knew this plan would work.
Yeah.
If you want to get some kip, now's a good time because we're still a few hours out.
A few hours from where?
Safehouse.
He's so sweet for that because he was the only one that didn't really go through that terror journey.
Mm-hmm.
Honey? I'm home.
Sorry, didn't call ahead.
This is an agent of some kind.
Hi, sweetheart. Hey, buddy. How you guys doing?
Yeah, it's like, wait, what? Yeah, he's a family guy.
Kept it off S.H.I.E.L.D.'s files. Like to keep it that way.
Oh, wow.
That's fair.
Figure it's a good place to lay low.
Honey.
Speaks volumes of the trust he has for them. He's worried about what he saw. Yeah. How could you shake it off? Everybody's still tense.
It's like when you have a really bad nightmare, it kind of stays with you for a few hours even after you wake up.
I need answers. I won't find him here.
Oh,
and off he goes.
All right.
We can go home.
I'm sure seeing a family like that too just, doesn't make it easier.
Yeah.
Scream and your entire staff dies.
Jesus.
Yeah, stay very calm.
The regeneration cradle prints tissue. It can't build a living body.
It can. You can.
Yeah, he's like, you'll figure it out.
But we all have room to improve.
Oh, shit. Yeah. They're just going to force
her.
Mind control her into doing so. It's interesting that it's like a dark version of Stark. Really, it really is. He's still trying to continuously upgrade himself.
Yeah.
Till he's perfect.
The world just saw the Hulk. The real Hulk for the first time. You know I have to leave.
But you assume that I have to stay?
Where in the world am I not a threat?
You're not a threat to me.
You sure? There's no future with me. I can't ever. I can't have this.
A normal family. Yeah.
Neither can I.
Yeah, they're similar in that sense.
They sterilize you. It's efficient.
Right.
Makes everything easier. Even killing.
Such a young age, that's a crazy thing to do.
You still think you're the only monster on the team.
Oh.
That does not make you a monster at all.
Listen, I think writing-wise, that romance was a little bit rushed.
Super rushed.
They're pulling it off with their performance, man. Holy shit. That is insane.
The chemistry is there, thankfully.
Earth's mightiest heroes. Pulled us apart like cotton candy.
Seems like you walked away all right.
Nope.
Really?
I don't trust a guy without a dark side.
Well, let's just say you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, damn.
Banner and I were doing research.
That would affect the team.
That would end the team. Isn't that the why we fight? So we can end the fight? So we get to go home?
Damn.
Every time someone tries to win a war before it starts, innocent people die.
Yikes.
He's got a point.
They both have a point.
Don't take from my pile.
I love how they're starting to set up that seed of, well, it's always been there, right? How they both have different ideologies and how they operate. He wants to clock out, and have a life at some point.
Of course. He wants to get back to Pepper, back to his life with her.
Steve does not want to risk innocent lives, as he should.
Favor.
Say what?
To bring it to life.
I saw it. I didn't tell the team. It's all dead, Nick. Felt it. The whole world, too.
Maximoff girl, she's working you, Stark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Playing on your fear.
I wasn't tricked. I was shown the end of the path I started us on.
He still feels like it's incoming, regardless.
Watch my friends die. You'd think that'd be as bad as it gets, right?
The worst part is that you didn't.
Survivor's guilt.
I like the look. If you're going for inconspicuous, though, near miss.
Yeah, I know, right? Real subtle with the incognito.
Yeah, the hoodie and everything.
The amount of vibranium he made off with, I don't think it's just one thing.
What about Ultron himself?
Oh, he's easy to track. He's everywhere. Guy's multiplying faster than a Catholic rabbit.
Whoa.
So what does he want?
To become better.
Exactly.
Has anyone been in contact with Helen Cho?
And of
I
course,
love Bruce for putting that together.
It's also part Bruce, so it would think like him as well. I love how you could see this weird mix of all of them, right?
The most versatile substance on the planet. And they used it to make a frisbee.
Oh my God.
Get roasted, Steve. Jeez. Oh boy. There it is.
And every realm has a reflection. If the water spirits accept me, I can return to my dream.
Yeah, he's back.
Wake up!
Oh, wow. Oh, God.
Yep. Now we're getting the stones, baby. All of them together.
What he missed.
The silhouette. The golden silhouette.
We're uploading your cerebral matrix. Now.
I can read him.
I can read him.
There are no shortcuts, even if your magic gem.
There is a physical brain in there. So, yeah, the end of the world.
You said we would destroy the Avengers.
The human race will have every opportunity to improve.
And if they don't?
Ask Noah.
Oh, that's great.
Phenomenal.
There's no room for the weak.
And who decides this week?
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Snapped her out of it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So temperamental.
Yeah. Well,
When they see, they'll understand. I just need a little more time.
It's so interesting how more and more human he's starting to feel. He wants to be a person.
Yeah.
Which is what they were alluding to. Is like, why would he go back to that design? Like, our design is not perfect.
2 minutes.
But he wants to be as real as he can be. And that's part of the hatred, is that he can never truly be like us.
And it's so funny. He's got this ego, right?
The real power is inside the cradle. The gem.
Right.
Power is uncontainable.
So much setup in this movie. My goodness.
I could take out the driver.
Negative. That truck crashes, the gem could level the city.
Right.
Draw out Ultron.
That amount of power, huh? Leveling a whole city.
Leave me alone!
You're not a match for him, Cap.
Thanks, Barton.
Yeah, that's not really helping right now, man.
Not at all.
You know what's in that cradle?
Oh.
The power to make real change. And that terrifies you.
I wouldn't call it a comfort.
Give him hell.
Hey. Hell yeah. The widow is deployed. I appreciate that you could tell that this was shot on location as well.
Yeah.
Makes the whole movie, the scale feels larger, right?
Yeah, it really does.
We're going global.
There you go.
Come on!
He is holding his own.
You can do this all day. Oof.
Cap, can you keep him occupied?
What do you think I've been doing?
He's been at it, man. Oh yeah, they're coming for the cargo, that's why.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool.
Just casually flying out of there. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's scared. He wants to keep that safe. That's like the one thing he cares about. Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Don't do this.
What choice do we have?
Yeah, you're going to kill us all. It's
Right,
interesting that he feels like he's the one that's being misunderstood. It's like, you're kind of going nuts with your plan,
I
man.
mean, yeah, we're talking about like an extinction, so they're not going to want to contribute to that.
That is wild for this.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh, shit. I mean, Nat never hesitates.
You have eyes on Nat. Go!
That sucks, man. Leaving your best friend behind. He's got to follow the orders. Where's Spidey when you need him?
I know.
Dude, they really did a fantastic job with the VFX in this movie. This movie
look
looks
incredible.
insane. The action pieces. Look at this. It's like, yeah, call your boss. I'm going to be late for work. Train just derailed. We're in the middle of the city now.
Did you get it?
Stark will take care of it.
He will do anything to make things right.
She knows what she did to him.
Ultron can't tell the difference between saving the world and destroying it. Where do you think he gets that?
Wow.
I can work on tissue degeneration if you could fry whatever operational system Cho implanted.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
No.
He's like, no.
Ultron didn't go after Jarvis because he was angry. He attacked him because he was scared of what he can do.
Okay.
You want me to help you put Jarvis into this thing?
Of course not. I want to help you put Jarvis in this. We can create Ultron's perfect self without the homicidal glitches he thinks are his winning personality.
I mean, it is rolling the dice twice.
It really is.
We're mad scientists. We're monsters, buddy. You've got to own it.
The science bros. Yeah.
It's a big ask, though.
It is a rough position to be in. They just want to even the odds, but it's
Right.
like, what if it doesn't work out again? Then we're stuck with 2 Ultrons. Yay.
I wasn't sure you'd wake up. I think a lot about meteors, the purity of them. Boom, the end. Start again.
You absolute mad bot.
Like the man said, what doesn't kill you?
Oh, new body reveal.
Stronger.
Just
Holy
makes me
shit.
stronger. Each version getting bigger and bigger than
Yeah.
the previous one. My goodness.
So much like Tony and how he keeps
Mhm.
working on his suits, right?
Well, it's interesting that he doesn't see himself as perfect. Not yet. But his conviction in how he wants to save the world is very much, the same. At least he thinks.
I'm gonna say this once.
How about nunts?
Shut it down.
Nuns.
I could choke the life out of you and never change a shade.
Oh, damn. Oh. Yeah. He's way too fast.
Yeah. What?
It's coming from under.
What? You didn't see that coming?
He's been holding on to that one.
I know. Oh, God.
Yeah, we got ourselves another fight.
Go ahead, piss me off.
He
Oh,
is
you
not
best
entertained
believe
by
it.
her.
Oh, God.
Hey there, Thor.
What now?
Yeah, he came in there, didn't even ask questions.
Nope.
Straight to business.
There we go.
Gave that thing a nice little jolt. Hey, man. The birth of Vision.
Oh, God.
Imagine the fear, not knowing, just waiting
Yeah.
to see what the hell is this thing gonna do.
So kind of haunting how he just floats.
Thank you.
Nice little detail there.
The Mind Stone. It's one of the 6 Infinity Stones, the greatest power in the universe, unparalleled in its destructive capability.
Yeah.
Why would you bring it?
Stark is right.
Oh, it's definitely the end time.
I'm not Ultron.
Hmm.
I'm not Jarvis.
It's something entirely
Yeah.
different now.
I am.
Yeah, something brand new.
I am on the side of life. Ultron isn't.
That's good enough.
Okay, fair.
I don't want to kill Ultron. He's unique. And he's in pain.
There's a compassion there.
Maybe I am a monster. I don't think I'd know if I were one. So there may be no way to make you trust me. But we need to go.
Well, there you go. The fastest way to make the entire team trust him.
So he's worthy, I guess?
Yep. Everybody's like, wait, what? Such a great scene. He's like, I
This
don't know
was
how I can
fantastic.
make you guys trust me, but here you go. Oh, phenomenal. I like the vibes that we're getting in this with his storyline with Vision. It feels very Frankenstein, like
Very.
Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
And the not knowing who he is or what he is, but knowing what he stands for deep down.
Odds are we'll be riding into heavy fire. And that's what we signed up for. But the people of Sokovia, they didn't.
Think of your people, yeah.
All they want is to live their lives in peace. And that's not going to happen.
Oh, wow.
But we can do our best to protect them.
Look at the amount of people she can influence. That is insane.
She's so OP.
And we clear the field. Keep the fight between us.
Steven, his speeches, man.
I know, they hit so hard.
This isn't just about beating him. It's about whether he's right.
Prove him wrong.
I love that Steve is always introspective in that way, right? He always thinks about that.
Come to confess your sins.
I don't know. How much time you got?
More than you.
It's a sass
Have
off.
you been juicing? A little vibranium cocktail?
Yeah, a little.
I've moved beyond your mission. I'm free.
Oh, boy.
What now?
This is how you end, Tony. This is peace in my time.
Yeah, his time. That's the problem.
Ultron.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Yeah, he wanted that body.
They really did take everything from me.
Oh, it's a mind off. Whoa! It's got no way out now.
You shut me out. You think I care?
Took it out of him though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, look at the freaking radius.
Shit.
Gosh, the sound design too really sells it. It really sounds like this. This is massive.
You rise, only to fall. When the dust settles, the only thing living in this world will be metal.
Dude, his monologues, Jesus, it's chilling to hear his
He's gonna
thought process.
terraform everything?
You're not gonna turn green?
Essentially?
I've got a compelling reason not to lose my cool.
I adore you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's finish the job.
Yeah, can't go on vacation just yet.
No, not yet. Things are too.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so funny.
Taking a ride on a Hulk.
Yeah, it's so romantic.
It's kind of tragic, huh, that they don't get to have their
It's heartbreaking.
happy ending in a way.
Right now, the impact will kill thousands. Once it gets high enough, global extinction.
Which is why I was talking about meteors.
He just made an
He's
artificial
creating
one.
his own, yeah.
Hi.
I come in peace.
Get in the tub.
Yeah, it's all going down so fast. So there's only, what, less than 10 of them, and they have to deal with the entire city collapsing.
Incoming already came in.
You've got more incoming.
You get hurt, hurt him back. You get killed, walk it off.
Walk it off. Damn. His hard lines,
That's
man.
cold. I mean, the
You don't
stakes
get
are
to
pretty
clock
high.
out.
No.
You gotta stay put. Nice.
It's so satisfying that he always gets headshots.
It's a little too many.
Are you up for this? Are you? The city is flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense.
It's all insane.
Doesn't matter what you did, what you were. If you step out that door, you are an Avenger.
Hey.
Aww.
Getting knighted into the Avengers.
I love that we get to see this almost like leadership quality in him where he's trying to keep everyone together.
Also, I want to mention, I'm glad that they changed the color grading. This looks so much better than the first film. The first film had this documentary look. I don't know, very soap opera-y.
Also, some of the frame rate choices in the first one, it was a bit meh.
This is a bit more tonally cinematic, let's call it.
Jeez, man, they just keep coming. Give me that slow-mo, let's go!
Hell yeah. That's exactly the kind of support he needed.
Mm-hmm. She's so badass.
Hi, coming to you. Nobody would know.
The temptation.
Hold your fire!
Oh!
Ow.
Bruh!
What do you got, Stark? Well, nothing great. Maybe a way to blow up the city. That'll keep it from impacting the surface if you guys can get clear. Impact radius is getting bigger every second. We're gonna have to make a choice.
Yeah, this is the only solution they have now.
It's only gonna get worse.
There's worse ways to go.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
She was ready to make the sacrifice right there.
Where else am I gonna get a view like this?
Glad you like the view, Romanoff. It's about to get better.
Oh, thank you.
Hell yeah.
Perfect timing.
Fury coming in
'cause
clutch, baby.
This was getting a little depressing.
Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?
They're
Language.
Not letting that go at all. Honestly, it's great that they're here because I don't know how the hell they would have saved that many people.
This is what S.H.I.E.L.D.'s supposed to be.
Aww.
This is not so bad.
Interesting commentary there, right?
Mm-hmm.
What it should be versus what it was.
Right.
You're up.
Hey! Nice.
Boom, looking for this.
You think I can't hold my own? We get through this, I'll hold your own.
It's great to see them team up. I feel like we barely get that, huh? I kind of feel like War Machine is underutilized, honestly.
Yeah, especially because the banter between him and Tony is so fun. every time.
I turned that key and dropped this rock a little early, and it's still billions dead.
I am Thor, son of Odin, and as long as there is life in my breast, I am running out of things to say. Are you ready?
What?
Oh,
Perfect.
Yeah. Good swing.
We're out of time. They're coming for the core.
Brody, get the rest of the people on board that carrier. On. Avengers, time to work for a living.
Freaking sick. I love how they're infusing Iron Man 3's theme with the general score every time he's doing something.
That's the best you can do.
Oh, the hive mind.
Really? Did you have to say that?
Of course.
How can you possibly hope to stop me?
Like the old man said. Together.
Hey. Ultron is so damn cocky too, though.
Oh.
So how could you ever possibly stop me?
Yeah, I wonder where that comes from.
Hey, the hero shot. Sick flip.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's like the 2.0 version of the orbiting shot.
Loving the theme, dude. It's so good.
Danny freaking Elfman and Brian Tyler. It's a much more dramatic Avengers theme, that's for sure. Oh, melting your way.
With the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Don't want to mess with him.
Oh no, I didn't say you could leave. War machine coming at you.
Yeah, you show them, Rhodey.
Okay, what?
Yeah, we
That is
gotta
a sick
catch him up.
move. Phasing right through it and then splitting it apart.
Hey, big guy. Sun's getting real low.
Oh shit, yeah.
I got no strings, so
The Quinjet.
have fun.
I love that the more unhinged he gets, the more damage his exterior is also taking.
Mm-hmm. That is so messed up, and doing it with their jet as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she felt it.
Oh. Yeah, that's where she's at her most powerful. It's when she can harness that emotion. Yeah, you were toast. If it weren't for him.
Yeah, that was gonna be it for both of them.
Such a missed opportunity, man. It's so unfair that we just got him and this is it
Yeah.
for Quicksilver.
I really wish they hadn't done that.
Because it was so cool, like what they were able to do visually with his character. Like, get kicked the hell out, buddy.
Well, he said he liked meteors. Now he can become one.
It's been a long day.
He was young too, man. This is so messed up.
Like, I get that we need to lose some people in some of these movies, but man, not the people that we just introduced. That sucks.
If you stay here, you'll die.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rip the heart out. It's interesting that there's still care there from him, from Ultron, right? Towards Wanda.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. It's propelling it even faster.
Thor, on my mark.
Yeah, combine those powers, baby.
No!
Ever since then. Whoa. The radius of that blast. Dude, these two combined, they are destructive, man. They've got the power. Yeah, they just saved the world.
We can't track you in stealth mode. So help me out. I need you.
They just keep missing each other.
It's so upsetting because you understand where he's coming from, how he sees himself as such a danger, but there is so much more to him than that, and it's so sad that he can't see it.
You're afraid
Of you.
of death.
Stark asked for a savior, and settled for a slave.
I suppose we are both disappointments.
They're doomed.
Yes. But a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. It's a privilege to be among them.
Wow, so much wisdom already.
Bearably naive.
Well, I was born yesterday.
That's a great line.
Fascinating conversation amongst them.
It's beautiful. I love how mature and philosophical he is already.
Also glad that Paul Bettany finally got to
and
show
up
his acting skills, like physically.
in person.
Sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Till next time, right? It's like, that's how it always is.
That's all I can ask for, right?
Yeah.
Him and his beautiful Audi cars.
Got a selection of them. The new Avengers facility.
Hey.
Nice.
Can't do without Selvig.
Nope. This is much, much bigger.
Well, the Vision's artificial intelligence. A machine. So it doesn't count.
No, it's not like a person using the hammer. Right, different rules for a nice guy, artificial. But if you put the hammer in an elevator, it would still go up.
See, that is a good question.
Elevator's not worthy.
You think you could find out what's coming?
I do. Besides this one, there's nothing that can't be explained.
Now he goes.
Maybe I should take a page out of Barton's book. Build Pepper a farm. Hope nobody blows it up. The simple life.
Mm-hmm.
You all right? I'm home.
The soldiers in the background.
Yeah. Hey.
New roster. Hell yeah. Scarlet Witch. I don't know what it is. If it's the lighting or something, she does not look like her in that shot. I don't know why.
Avengers!
You assholes. Leaving us with that cliffhanger. Oh, man.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
I'll
Please
do it
don't.
myself.
Don't do it yourself.
Oh, that is sick, man. Just the promise that
they wanted
Thanos is going to do it himself, baby.
Yeah. Gotta leave us scared and terrified, essentially, of what that's gonna mean.
Man, well, that was Avengers Age of Ultron. And yeah, man, it's been 10 years since this movie dropped. I can't believe how fast time has gone by. I'm sorry I keep jump scaring all of you with,
Yeah, that was not
every
necessary.
single time I say, hey, it's been this long, but it is fascinating to see how long, they've come in this universe, how much has changed, how much is still, being navigated, and they're still trying to find their place, post everything that has been going on. But looking back with this movie, I think it's so interesting. I do think it is underrated to a certain degree. I can also see where some of the criticism stems from, now that we've watched this. I think emotionally speaking, for whatever reason, it never really quite hits the high that the first Avengers reached. And I think a big part of that is familiarity with the characters and the fact that we got them all together. So this is not new, right? We're seeing them again. One thing that I think they did really well with this is establishing that camaraderie, establishing the experience that they've had together, both on screen and off screen, right? What has happened ever since, since the first Avengers movies? You do get the sense that they've been working together. They've been getting, more and more efficient at handling these missions. I like how this movie kind of cold opens with this, massive attack on this Hydra base. And you just see all of them know what they got to do. They're locked in and it's working fine. Everything is working the way it's supposed to. It's a well-oiled machine until it's not, right? And the thing that throws the wrench into that machine is, of course, Scarlet Witch showing Tony that vision. And I love that they use that as an anchor for the story, because we know just how much he's been impacted by the film Avengers. We know that seeing that wormhole, right, and seeing what's on the other side really shook him to its core. Tony's a cocky guy. He thought he had everything under control. He thought that, once he built that suit and everything was working out as Iron Man, that no other issues would arise from that. And then he got challenged and he barely won. And that is a scary, scary thing. And you're trying to see him still assimilate that information, assimilate it through these films. And I like that they're really taking their time with his character in terms of that arc, right? We had Iron Man 3 really delving into his psyche. Despite the flaws of that movie, something that they really, I think they did fairly well is explore the weight and the damage that it caused to his mind, right? And how he's trying to cope with all of this, and how, post Iron Man 3, he promises to not hold on to that. And he learns his lesson, and his lesson being, do what you do best, build shit, right? You're a genius.
Right.
So just go ahead and build stuff that are going to solve the issue. But you can also see how it's a pendulum swing. And when you go too far in that direction, sometimes you build something that is your own demise. And it's so tragic that Tony as a character keeps falling onto the same, sort of trap, where this time he's trying to do good by everyone and trying to give everybody a break and have something that's going to be consistently surveilling the planet. But I also love how they take that opportunity to bring Steve Rogers, bring his experience from what he just saw in Hydra, and saying, hey, perhaps being surveilled 24/7, it's not that good of an idea. Perhaps it's a bit risky. So you see where that cynicism starts to come into play from Steve Rogers, no less, which is, in another scenario, he would have probably been a bit more optimistic, but he's starting to learn how the modern world works. And I find it so intricate how they're weaving these storylines together to form not just a relationship amongst the characters, but a relationship amongst the audience that we have with these people and what we attribute to them. And we're seeing them grow and develop as different characters. It's really cool to see how they're starting to flesh out more and more of like what they stand for beyond that initial, oh yeah, you're a hero and you're heroic and you're supposed to be the good guy, but also their individual ideologies and how different those can be despite them being, on the same team and working together. We already got some friction there where, that conversation at the farm, Tony's saying, isn't that why we do things? So we get to just go home and live life and have a family. And, because it's interesting that that's such an opening place for all of them where they get to, Tony gets to see something that he wants to have. And he mentions that at the end of the film is like, maybe I get my own farm too, that's like a dream come true. And Cap is like, no, we're doing this so we can save lives. Like we cannot lose innocent people. And it's like, okay, yeah, a lot of friction there, establishing those seeds. But again, I think this movie suffers from being a bridge film. It's clearly that, and it has a lot on its plate. It's got to set up, even more of the Infinity Stone, even though we got that with Guardians. This is really like in your face, like this is coming. The post credit is just a confirmation of what we knew so far. And it's like, yeah, we're going in this direction for sure now. But it has to handle that. It has to handle Ultron as its own villain. And again, it's so much to deal with that I do think that unfortunately the villain, especially someone like Ultron, if you're a comic book reader, it is a disappointment. Ultron is... It's an age of Ultron, right? This is a massive event, and I get it. You only have one film, and I think that is kind of a mistake. I think they should get used to bringing certain villains back. They might be defeated, but not completely killed off so they can come back later, because I think Ultron has so much to offer that we are barely kind of, tapping the surface here. We're barely exploring the tip of the iceberg with this character, and it's just not enough time when you have a whole ensemble. I kind of wish we had him as a solo villain first, kind of like what they did with Loki. And I think that's why Loki worked so well too. He was first introduced in Thor, but we got to learn his complexities and all of his personality traits. And then we got Avengers. And I think they should have handled the second villain the same way, where Ultron could have been an Iron Man villain, could have been Iron Man 3, given what we got instead. I think we could have had, the same storyline. You keep it intact, right? Like you could have had the Hulk in there, but then it's a solo kind of Tony story per se. So we get to explore Ultron and then somehow he escapes. I don't know. I would have made it, structured it in a different way, or have the original creator, which in the comics is Hank Pym, albeit I understand that Hank is not in the picture yet, but I mean, come on, it's the next movie, guys. You could have shifted something around to make Ant-Man happen a little bit sooner so that you could have explored that origin. But yeah, it's interesting how the cinematic universe differs from the comic book. And I think in this instance, I agree with fans when it's like that aspect of this film is a bit of a disappointment given what we got in the comics, which was way more epic and way darker in tone. And I think at this point, people were perhaps craving that darkness a little bit more. But I do think this film offers a lot of great moments, especially serving as a bridge to what's to come. You need those movies in a cinematic universe like this. This is the first time they're really going this big. You kind of need this movie, or else anything, whatever's coming, it's just not going to work. It's not going to hit as hard. So I get it.
I mean, this movie had to do a lot of work, man, especially because we have the full context right? We
Right.
know where the story is going to go, especially in regards to Infinity War and Endgame, right? So without this, all of that would kind of fall apart. And that just speaks volumes as to how important this movie actually is and all of the story beats it has to hit in order for the rest to make sense. As someone who has not read the comics, I can say that still someone like Ultron, because the way we first get to meet him, you know, he's inhabiting this like rotten and like broken machine, and it feels very Terminator-y in that moment, right?
Yeah.
And it was very menacing, and I was like, oh, I really, really love that tone. It's eerie, it's ominous, and you just know something's up, right? You hear Tony say, oh, you know, there's a faulty one, and it's like, no, this is not just something being faulty. Something's up. And I feel like the buildup was great, but the resolution felt a little, it was a little lacking, shall we say. I did enjoy that Ultron, you know, as a villain, that he did have, you know, sass. He had Tony's attitude, right? He had that arrogance, that ego, all of that was present, which, you know, makes for a very entertaining villain. But I feel like we kind of missed the mark on certain parts where it was becoming too much sass and attitude, and not enough of an actual punch, right? Like, I was wondering where it was gonna go, and it emotionally, it just felt like it was gonna be a whole lot worse, and it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? In the end, it ended up being fine, except if you're, you know, Wanda. But I feel like the stakes usually, you know, they feel relatively high, but again, we do know that, you know, these are our heroes and they're gonna stick around with us for a while. So I understand that it kind of lowers the stakes a little bit, but I feel like they could have played around with it a little bit more. I feel like they could have done more with Ultron, and that is a shame because I really do enjoy the setup of his character. I love anytime he's on screen. I love that he can essentially body hop, right? And it's like it never ends, and he's, you know, in the net and all that stuff, and he's out there. He has access to all this information, and then they don't really do much with that either.
I agree. They could have done really cool visual stuff because they do it as a gag a couple of times where you see like one of the bots, their eyes turns red, and then you're like, okay, that's Ultron in there, or when he destroys himself, which is really badass. I'm not gonna say it's not. Yeah. And then that's like a whole body reveal. But I do think that in terms of, you know, like the cinematography and cinematically speaking, that there could have been like a really cool like combat moment where you see him hop and like take over certain bodies, you know, because listen, this is a problem with hive mind type stuff. You know that it's like, okay, well,
right, you cut
take
off
care
the head,
of, you take care of the main thing, and then, you know, everything else dies down. I like it in this case that they were not out of the woods. It was quite opposite in that sense, where it's like, we have to destroy every single body of Ultron's to really make sure that he's done. And who knows, man? I mean, they say that they've defeated all of them. There could always be a reveal that, you know, there was one bot that got away, one insurance.
He's hiding in that one USB stick somewhere.
Someone's hard drive. They're going to plug it in and boom, they get Ultron in their PC. But yeah, it's interesting to hear your perspective coming from, you know, a person who has not read the comics. You don't know what you're missing out on, but you did still feel
like I was missing out on something, you know,
like the stakes weren't where they had to be. I think visually speaking, this movie looks incredible. I think it is a step up from the first film. And again, like when we point out things that are a bit, you know, they're criticisms, they're not really coming from a place of hate. Those who watch us constantly know that already. So I do think there's things in this movie that they do better than the first one. One of them being the cinematography. I think the cinematography is amazing. It moves. It's punchy. It has a very interesting, you know, the pacing of it is very kinetic in a sense. You know, I think you really need that when you're bringing in people like Quicksilver specifically. You gotta go into the whole, slow-mo, what is his POV? How does that look?
Right.
One of the highlights I think for this action-wise, I thought was Tony Stark versus Bruce Banner, the Hulk versus Iron Man in the Hulkbuster suit. The reveal of the suit, the way that action sequence is paced, the way that the setup is done, where you know some bad shit is gonna happen. You're like, you've seen Scarlet Witch hit every single one of the Avengers team members, and you're seeing how it's just, a descent into madness for every single one of them. It hits hits Thor pretty hard to the point that he's like, I need to figure out the answers, which I don't think we've ever seen him that worried. That already tells you everything you need to know. It sets up the stones perfectly. And he's the one that's carrying that weight now, where he's like, something is coming. We need to figure it out. You see a little bit of Nat's past, still kind of bitter. I do think that we should have gotten a Black Widow film way before we ever did.
Absolutely.
Way before we did. It was, because her past is so interesting. And I think, getting to explore that darkness, she's a really tragic character. And she's always been kind of like this mysterious femme fatale sort of character that we don't know too much. We're starting to peel the layers now with this movie. And we get to see her open up and be more vulnerable. But I like that Scarlet Witch's powers really brought that out of people. We got to see a different side of the heroes, a more vulnerable side, the side that wishes for something, right? The side that has that longing for something, for a normal life. And you're seeing, we get to experience what they're sacrificing, what they're putting aside to save the world. And I think that's a really interesting concept that they should have leaned into a little bit more. I feel like they had a lot of great ideas, but they were, I don't want to say superficial because they're more developed than that. So it's not quite, but it's like that middle ground where I'm like, I get it. You got to keep the movie moving. But it really does feel like, damn, there's so much interesting things happening. And it feels like a lot of it, I don't want to say it was wasted, but was definitely underutilized in this movie.
It felt cut short a lot of times.
On. We have to move on. So there's a lot of cool character moments that are cut short. The whole Bruce and Natasha thing, where the hell did that come from? Listen, I'm game. I'm okay with it. They have great chemistry. And I think both of those actors, Mark Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson, they pull it off. This is nothing against their performance. I think they sell the shit out of that. But plot wise, you're like, okay, I get that it's been a time jump, but can we, I don't know, it felt a little too aggressive. We didn't ease into it. It's kind of like, oh, there's been this thing happening. And I can, you can connect the dots. It's like, well, Natasha was sent to get him. So there's already a connection. I get it. They put it right there on your face at the end.
Right.
For those, that might feel this way, but I still think it's kind of like a BS excuse type of thing to kind of sort of explain how we got here, whilst we could have, it's a shame that we don't get a solo Hulk film or a solo Widow film to really flesh these things out. We kind of have to jump and catch up with them throughout the film.
Yeah, I think, again, performance-wise, not an issue at all. They really do sell that kind of, star-crossed lovers vibe in this, right? Where you see they kind of want to make it work, but they can't. And there are so many things always, getting in their way. I think, and if you guys have been on this channel long enough, you know that I always say, if you're not going to do a love subplot right, just don't do it because you're wasting time. And though it was not time wasted in this, I do think it's mainly because of the actors and the fact that we have grown to care about them in the past movies.
They carried that part of the script, not the other way around.
100%. And I'm honestly trying to figure out why this was even put in there, because like you said, it wasn't even mildly hinted at any point. If anything, we were kind of more confused as to the whole Nat and Steve thing, right? Especially in Winter Soldier, where it was like, maybe that could have been a thing, but maybe not, because, Steve is still yearning. So we didn't know if this was going to be a story of him overcoming it and kind of letting go of the past or sticking to his past, right? And then they kind of did a sharp U-turn and gave us this instead, which again, chemistry is there, the performance is there, but I feel like what should have been a thing is that they start the movie, they can gradually build up the chemistry, gradually build up that tension, and then just as they're gonna, have like a first kiss moment thing, that's when you cut it off. And then that would have felt, it would have given us more pain, because like, damn, it's the thing that never even got to happen, right? I know it's a straight a copy out of what happened to Steve and Peggy, but I mean, it works. Like, that's what stays with you longer, the loss of potential, right? And
she almost showered with him. There was potential
that
there.
Is
and
true.
Oh, my boy.
That is true.
Bruce.
Yeah. See, there are a couple of those lines, a couple of those moments where like when he like lands with his face in her boobs, and I know that's like the Joss Whedon thing.
Yeah,
and it's
Joss Whedon. I also cringed a little bit with that scene.
not to be that person, but I'm like, God, I just have to say, Scarlett Johansson, my God, the kind of work that this woman did and the shit that she had to do and put up with, she walked so the rest of the super heroines could fly. I really have to say that. She's amazing. I love Black Widow. I love her as as a character. And I do agree. We got, some backstory, some flashbacks, some flash sideways with these characters. And I would have loved to see more. Glad that we did get some. But there is a lot that still leaves you wanting, especially what we cut back to. Sometimes it didn't feel as interesting. Like I felt myself going, wait, but can we go back to that moment? There are a lot of these things that they had to shoehorn in there because it had to happen, right? And it's just a shame that that's how it felt. The humor in this did not bother me at all. I was cackling plenty of times. It was nice that the humor was utilized to show how these characters are also kind of changing, right? You notice that especially with Steve. He's a bit more done with this shit now in this one. You can tell he's more sassy in this. He's a little bit bitchier, and I really enjoyed that. I really liked, to see that he does have more bite to him than we thought. He's not just the goody two shoes, there was more to him than that. Or like the one-liners that you get from that one side character that you never see or hear from ever again. Those were utilized well. I thought it was placed well because I know that, Marvel humor is something that people like to talk about a lot. I don't think that necessarily was an issue in this one because like it can sometimes detract from a moment. And I don't think that really happened here. I think they didn't place like those jokes in a moment where it was completely inappropriate and then ruining it, right? Where you feel like that could have been emotionally resonant and you just decided to pull back and not really lean into it.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned that because that's something that people really point out with some of these movies in terms of, the pacing of the drama and how it's always undercut by humor. That can be, that's not something you want when you're trying to sell a big moment.
Right.
And in this case, I have to say, once the city was collapsing, like the tone is sort of the tone that we wanted for more of the film, if that makes any sense. It's like, oh, shit is getting real. Like Sokovia is coming down. What are we going to do? These people don't have time to evacuate. I mean, they have time to evacuate, but essentially what's up in the air is lost forever.
Yeah.
And they're trying to come to terms with that. There's no way of stopping this, only, preventing it becoming a worse scenario, right? Preventing it from destroying the rest of the world.
Right.
So in that regard, I think they really did well. Like they did sell those final stakes were sold. I do feel like the ending of the film kind of felt a little rushed because once we solved the problem, it's like they're in the base and we got to wrap it up because, they need to move on. Again, this movie moves very, very fast in that sense. But yeah, going on to the positives, I think it's one of the better looking movies. I do think the color grading does a lot of favors to really make these colors pop, especially when they're using the powers. I mean, Scarlet Witch's powers look incredible. That Scarlet Red just really, really looks great with this color grading, especially the contrast with Quicksilver's blue and gray, and everybody else. I mean, visually speaking, this movie is fantastic. I like the introduction, the tiny, introduction that we got to Wakanda here and Vibranium and where does that come from and Ulysses Claw. For those of you who are comic book readers, he only has one arm, so you saw that coming a mile away and then you actually see where how it happens here.
That's so cool.
So it's kind of a cool way to introduce an origin story without really pointing at it too hard. It's kind of like, okay, for those that haven't read the comics, they're going to be surprised at some point in the MCU and they're going to be like, oh, I remember this guy. He only has an arm. And then you're going to realize why he only has an arm. And you're going to be like, okay.
Oh, that's why.
Cool. So it's really cool how they set things up. I think that, they are getting more subtle about it in certain aspects. So the Wakanda thing, you can tell that it's not like an immediate priority, but they're already setting it up, they're slowly introducing it. But then other things like the Infinity Stone is like, well, if people did not pay attention or they don't know, like this is happening, like that's very much in your face. It's like, okay, yeah, we got it, guys. It's definitely coming. And it gets you excited, it gets you excited for what's to come. But I do think that it kind of distracts you from the immediate stakes. And I think this movie, they knew that was going to happen. They knew that they had to set up a bigger threat already. And every time you do that, you're minimizing the current threat because you're telling the audience, look, this is something to look forward to, which means this is not as big as you thought it was. Like someone is going to have to survive so that we have that movie at some point, right?
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's why, right? Because the thing is, when they show you something that's more interesting than what you're watching it's not a good move. And for comic book fans, you see the Infinity Stones is like, whoa, like if you're a comic book fan, that screwed you over. You're just thinking about the Infinity Gauntlet the entirety of the film. And if you don't know, I think that's when it really works. If you're not that aware of the comics, you're like, what the hell are these stones? Okay, cool. I guess we'll figure it out. You're not too sure. And that's the strength of this film. But I do think that it's burdened by having to be a bridge between Avengers 1 and what's to come, and kind of catch us all up to speed with all of these heroes' lives and where they're at emotionally speaking, and how they grow and develop from this film onwards, setting up some tensions. Again, it's a lot of setup, really cool action, conclusion to kind of like this villain. It feels like a procedural cop show's villain. It's like, this is in this episode of Avengers,
right?
We're defeating Ultron, and they defeat him and we move on, but they got to do a lot of development on the,
on the fly, just kind of, inserting it wherever they could,
which has a lot of value. That's why I said I think this movie is to some extent underrated, because without this movie, nothing really works ahead of it. It would be, I mean, you could always do a 15-minute montage. You could always do a lot of, efficient stuff in terms of storytelling to catch people up to speed. But I think this way, they're taking their time. They're utilizing a whole film to kind of catch us up to speed. And I think it's worth it, especially when you have all these characters that you want to spend time with. It's kind of cool to have this one-off story per se. But yeah, it didn't feel as world-ending as Loki's invasion of New York.
Yeah.
I did like that it felt more global, though. We did travel, a couple of new locations that we got to see that looked very, different visually speaking. And I think that's a strength of, any film, is when you get to see multiple locations, it never feels stale. You get vision, like you get so many things being introduced here. It's like, wow, man, like, geez, what the hell? It's an event film in that sense, but in terms of the epicness, we're not there yet. And I feel like it's probably for the better, because they're holding on to the big bomb. They're holding on to the really cool action moments we want to see, even some lines we want to hear. They cut us off. They're really like, they know what they're doing. And I think, when I say it's underrated, I mean it from the creative perspective. And, for us audience members, I think there is a certain level of restraint and discipline that it takes to not just give the audience everything they want, sometimes there's value in holding off, teasing something, teasing it a lot. Again, there's a lot of foreshadowing in this movie, and not getting the payoff just yet. This movie does that. Without this movie, there's moments later on that I know for sure wouldn't work or wouldn't hit as hard. And we needed that catharsis. This movie sets up that catharsis.
A lot of lines here and there where I'm like, so that's where that line came from.
Right.
Like, I don't want to specify which one, but there are some moments where I'm like, I see. And it's so funny because there's certain iconic moments that are so ingrained in us, especially like from Infinity War and Endgame, that we just know them implicitly, but we don't really quite know where exactly it came from. And this movie does have a lot of those moments. And I do have to say, I am a little bit biased that this movie will always have a special place in my heart, because it's the introduction of Wanda, and she's my favorite. I absolutely love her character. And I really liked how the Maximoff twins were introduced in this. I genuinely enjoyed seeing how they were kind of yo-yoing back and forth between like, are they victims? Are they villains? What are they in this for? And it's kind of a journey for them, right? It's a bit of an arc to see where exactly they fall and who they want to be, what exactly they want to align themselves with. And I love that you mentioned that, actually, that Steve, he draws that correlation between them, right? Like what they have in common. Who would ever, submit themselves to have experiments done on them by a German scientist. But it helps us relate to them more. The fact that they ended up drawing the conclusion, it makes Steve look that much more empathetic as a person, and it helps us feel like we know the Maximoff twins better than we actually do, especially because we don't get to spend that much time with them, right? We clearly know that they're close. We know that they have really cool superpowers, but again, there's so much happening in this movie. It's such a big cast. So introducing new people and making it impactful is difficult. Like, I will give them credit for that. And it's always tough. The same thing goes for a villain, right? You just kind of have to pluck one and then make it as impactful as you possibly can. And the first Avengers movie did have the benefit of having Loki already, right? Like, we already kind of knew him. We know what he's like. obviously we spent time away from him, but we know what he's like. So like with Ultron, it's kind of familiar territory because, you know, he is the offspring essentially of Tony and Bruce, but it is difficult. Like I will give them the credit for that. Like you do the best that you can, especially with something as big as this. And there are, I'm sure you get a list of things that need to make it into your movie when it comes to this overarching story, not just the movie that you have on your hands. And it's a tough balance when you are merely a piece in a larger puzzle. You on your own, maybe it doesn't look that great. Maybe it doesn't feel fulfilling on its own. But then when you put that piece in and then the puzzle finally becomes complete, then it all makes sense. And this movie, like you said, it really is burdened with that.
Yeah, it's it has a lot to do in one film, but I gotta say they do a great job at keeping it entertaining. It's a very fun film to watch regardless because of all the things that are happening. We don't get to be as emotionally attached to everything that's happening because it's so much happening. There's only so much you could, try to care for with the allotted time, but the action is super fun. Again, that sequence between Hulkbuster versus Hulk, probably a highlight in the MCU. I mean, that is a cool shit sequence and it's really cool to see them go finally, toe to toe in a fight and see that Tony can hold his own in a combat against the Hulk is, it's pretty freaking cool. Yeah. And also it's nice to see the Hulk kind of just unleash, right? Like we needed that moment. There's always a certain level of restraint he had and we've never seen him like go this hard against a team member.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Of course, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I do gotta say, man, Quicksilver got wasted in this.
Yeah.
That is, and I get it. Look, behind the scenes, for those of you who don't know, I think at the time there were these X-Men movies and Quicksilver was a big part of those movies. So there was like, I guess conversations internally where they were like, we can't have two of the same people. They're going to be confused. Like the audience are not going to get why we have one in the MCU, why one is in X-Men. And I think in hindsight now with the merger, it's probably for the better that they pulled the plug.
Well, I mean, not really because it's the multiverse.
Well, it's the yeah. I guess they could have made it work actually.
Yeah.
They could have utilized that as setup.
Yeah.
Actually.
Sorry, did I just add fuel to the fire?
No,
right
it's
there?
fine. I've been, I think all of us Quicksilver fans we've healed with time. But it kind of sucks that you have such an interesting character be, lost in this way. I will say, as much as I like Clint, that would have been a more emotional gut punch to lose someone from the core team. Would have felt like, whoa, what the heck? Like, this is serious. Would have really sold the stakes. Like this mission mattered, but they didn't have the balls to do it. They were like, we got to hold on to all these people because they're great. I mean, all of the core cast, the original 6 Avengers are phenomenal. So I understand, I would also be greedy with them and would want to have as many films as we can with them. But I do think that at that point, it was like, okay, they needed to kill someone off. And he just happened to be like the one person you wouldn't expect to, because he just got introduced. So like, why would they do that?
Right.
And then it's like, whoa, it's shocking, right?
And also it was kind of like the perfect time. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we find out that Clint has a family and he has a kid on the way.
I will say they set that up really nicely though. They're like, oh, this is going to make people think that he's going to die for sure. Because they're like, oh, look at his family. He's got a future, a new baby's on the way.
I'm like, it's the perfect time to kill him.
If he dies.
And then they didn't. So I guess that on its own is kind of a plot twist, I guess.
Yeah. It's interesting to see the directions. Like they do, do a lot of writing tricks here and there to make you assume a certain thing. And, for the most part, it's well done. I think this movie, it's not a bad film. I know we've been pointing out some of its flaws because I think it's important because people, this one is not as popular as any of the other Avengers movies really. But at the same time, as we're pointing these flaws, I think it's important to point out everything else that we have been saying, which is it is a bridge film. It's got a lot of things it had to do, a lot of elements that, moving pieces here and there. And that is the worst and hardest job as a writer to try to make everything fit into one cohesive film. And to be fair, for what they gave us, it is pretty cohesive. For the most part, everything is set up already and we can hit the gas with the next film. So it's thanks to these writers that we got to where we got later on.
Yep.
And I think that should be admired, to a certain extent. Could it have been done better? Of course, in hindsight, everything could have been done better, you know, but for what we got, it's a really cool adventure, decent villain, because the presence was really good, but could have utilized him a lot more. I feel like, especially being Ultron, you really got to give us Ultron, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the thing. I think the focus with these villains is like, if we're going to have a strong villain, we got to focus on the villain more than we do the heroes.
Right.
Because we know these people already. It's great to see them. We need to get to know the villain who's the new member of the film, right? The new threat. We need to get to know why they're doing what they're doing, how they're going to do it, and what's to come. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts down below. Do you guys enjoy Avengers Age of Ultron? What are your thoughts on the new characters? Did you enjoy this when you first watched it? We would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed. And with that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
See ya.